Welcome to Personal Robots Group. I am Haewon Park. I'm a research scientist at Personal Robots Group at MIT Media Lab. Why don't you come in? Thank you. So Personal Robots Group, we investigate how we can live with these new type of AI technology, including social robots. So we study a lot from especially how to understand human social cues, like emotions, but also these nonverbal cues that we express, like the hand gestures I'm making now, but also by communicating with humans, then how can we develop technology that can help you succeed in the things that you want to succeed in? So how to make your life better. So here are our robots that we use for our research, and a lot of them were developed from when Cynthia Brazil started this group 15 years ago. So we moved from robots that we actually study how to make organic movements, like natural movements, towards nowadays how can we build robots that can actually be deployed in the real world for a long time, so we can study how users interact with robots in the long term. These are the Tega robots that I mainly use. These were built for, as you can see, the fluffiness and things like that to appeal to younger generations or younger kids. And the core technology that went into robots like Tega is like sensing people's verbal and nonverbal cues and way for us to understand the human's mental states, and then for us to develop the robot's action policies that can work with the human towards their goal. So for example, if we want to engage children in education, then how can we make robots engage them? How can we understand their current engagement state and help them further engage into the interaction they have with the robot? Same with elder care, like how can we engage elders so we can help them with medical adherence, for example, or how can we help them connect with others and have like a mentally and physically healthy life? So that was a great overview of our group. And then we'll get to more details in another space. So when we design robots, we really think of the deployment in mind. So how can the users use them in the real world settings, like in your home, in your school, in your hospital settings, right? So the reason we went from these like big giant robots to these small robots is because they are small, mobile, and with less cost, we can build more units that can accelerate our deployment studies. And especially this Tega unit, a lot of iterations went through it. It dates back when Jinju Lee was still here, and she started this effort on building the Tega robot. And what made us possible to build this little robot, but also very, very functional and very capable, is by using an embedded device like mobile phones. So a mobile phone that we connect to our robots, it not only acts as a display that displays the facial expressions of the robot, but it's actually the main core computation unit that transmits the sensory inputs, and then processing them to recognize making like different perception modalities for the robot. So Tega is right now booting up. And the reason we study these physically embodied robots is because over the length of our research, we verified and we just see this effect over and over time that when humans interact with robots versus, let's say, a virtual agent that exactly looks like our robot, their engagement is different. The cues they output towards these physically embodied robots are very different. For example, when people interact with a virtual agent, they don't necessarily output this rich nonverbal cues like your facial expressions or your hand gestures. Like you can easily think of an interaction with Amazon Echo or Google Home. The way you ask to request for information is very straightforward. People rarely make even like input sentiment into their speech. But when we see people interact with social robots like Tega or other robots, they actually become very expressive. People become very expressive, and that gives us data, to actual rich data to analyze about their mental states. And it's very engaging for the user as well, because the robot is now then producing the same expressive cues back. And we really think that's innate to human nature, how our brains are built. Like, we humans are social beings. So we should build technologies that are also capable of these social functions. So that's Tega.